Today's the 31st of March 2017. This is Tannheim in Austria, and I'm out for a walk, and I'm going to a place called Grän, which is in this region called the Tannheimer Tal. I'm staying at a place called Camping Jungholz, and to get here I took the bus. When you're staying here you get free bus trips. That's included in the core tax, which is a local tourist tax which you pay, which is, can't remember how much it is, but it's a couple of euros, something like that, so it's not too bad. And it's wonderful sunny weather. Now, probably in the summer you'd come here and there wouldn't be many people on this trail anyway, but there's not many people around. I say not many, there are some. Most of the people out walking, I noticed, were older than I am. In fact, I was the youngest person on the bus. That doesn't often happen these days. And the reason I'm here is because I was at the Tour Trade Fair in Düsseldorf in September 2016. Tannheimer Tal was here with a stand, and I thought Tannheim plus the next area, which is called Reuter, I shall go there. Anyway, I've got instructions now to turn right, which is precisely what I'm going to do, and to keep walking towards Grän. I decided to come this way because I know somebody who works there and lives there as well. Now, I could have come here on my bicycle, but from the campsite, that was my original idea. But when they said the bus doesn't cost anything, I thought I'll take the bus. I could have gone all the way to Grän by bus, but other than the fact that I've had to wait for it, and I thought by the time I wait for it, I may as well walk the 4 kilometres, or 3.4 kilometres I should say, to Grän. Wonderful weather, and I've got a t-shirt on, and there were people with short trousers on out walking. It's just a bit too cold for me for that, but in a few days time I shall say goodbye to the long trousers for 6 months, I hope. Let's see where I walked from. Wonderful views. The cyclists certainly cannot complain at the standard of the paths here. That building houses the tourist office of Grän, and now I'm about to walk back to Tannheim, taking a different route. It's 3.4 kilometers. You can use the bus because of the free ticket, but it's better to walk on a day like today. Apart from that, the next bus is in 2 hours' time. I would say that the temperature is about 20 degrees today, but as you can see there's still snow and it's hard packed ice. So the trees kept it in the shade. This isn't actually the path, I walked off it, and a little bit of advice here is this: when you come to a river, what you do is you walk through it. You don't try steppy stoning. Trying steppy stoning, you invariably, well not invariably, but sometimes end up falling in. And not only do you get all your stuff wet, you might damage your equipment as well. On the other hand, if you just want to walk through it, you'll get your feet wet, your socks will get wet, but they'll be dry soon enough. So that is the way to do it. Alternatively, you can do what I'm going to do, and that's just to walk around. I remember when I was in the army and somebody said this very clearly, and there was a sergeant, I won't mention his name, but yeah, he tried steppy stoning and he got soaked, and the weapon of course he was carrying in that case would also have been no good in a military situation. Ammunition would have been wet, and if the weather had been cold enough it wouldn't have been particularly pleasant for him either. So get your feet wet, they'll dry out soon enough, or if it's cold enough, or too cold I should say, then just dry, when you get to the other side, change your socks and dry your feet, and if possible change your footwear. So that's the way it's done, but I'm not going to give a demonstration. I'm going to walk around. So as you can see, I'm walking around. I know there's a bridge here because I came across it earlier. My advice earlier, of course, was for times when there aren't any bridges around, much easier to use the bridge. Now, I walked along that path earlier, so I'm going to go down this path now. I'm coming now to a point where I'm going to be returning by the same way as I came. Here I looked at the sign and chose to go left rather than right. The cycle sign said right. The telephone told me to go left. Normally I listen to take into consideration rather what the sign says rather than what the telephone says. This time I listened to the phone, didn't make any difference. Both ways equally good if you're on a bike or on foot. Both ways work out nicely. But now, going back down here to Tannheim. And just to make the point, here we have the sign saying Grän on bike is the way I've just come. When I came here, I walked down there, so I'm going to go back in a slightly different way. I'm going to walk down this path, past the church. So in Tannheim you can't go in there with your motorbike at night. Good idea. This is the tourist office. And it's a pretty big one. This street's called Die Alpseestraße, and you can walk up there. There's a nature reserve. You can actually go up there in your van or your vehicle. It's closed to traffic from 10 to 17. So you've got to be there before 10. I'm thinking of walking it, but not today. Maybe another day. See how the weather goes. And the church here in Tannheim is one of the largest in the Tyrol. This church was first mentioned in 1377, although what we see here is from 1722, because the earlier church was demolished and this much larger one was built in its place. And right next to the church is the bus stop. And I'm going to be heading back now to the campsite. The reason for this is that there's so much to see and little time to do it in, because it's going to be raining the next 2 days.